Here we are. What is this? May 4th already. May 4th, 2024. So while standing in the ready position, while standing in the ready position, that gives us the opportunity to focus on what I like to refer to as preparing the Tai Chi body, stick man, stick woman body, and basically that's just allowing our body to kind of melt away the tension. So we start at the muscular level and just start releasing the muscles. And also, we start navigating through our body. I like to start on the bottom of my foot, bottom of my feet, feeling my sole, the sole of my feet resting on the surface. Let me sound like this mic. So resting on the surface of the floor or the ground, wherever you may be standing. All right, kind of just tuning in. And while there, feel the soles of your feet resting upon that surface. Also, the toes should have a little space in between each toe, as well as our fingers. So hands and feet match each other, basically. We also want to relax our ankles. So if we're relaxing our ankles, we're also relaxing our wrists. Right, we call them harmonies, various harmonies in the body. We go up to our knees. The knees are slightly bent. Some people want to say softly bent. So not overly bent. We don't want to have like a deep Shaolin type of stance. And if our knees are bent, our elbows are bent. And also with our elbows, we want to have the very tip of our elbows. They're pointed out laterally. And by doing that, it kind of gives us that, what I like to call the turtle back. So kind of rounding out the upper back. Now we're not hunching our shoulders over, okay? But we're increasing the space like in our thoracic vertebrae area, in the space behind our heart center, that space in between the shoulder blades. We want to open that space up. And we just keep going up. I oftentimes make the analogy of like a pilot. Before takeoff, they do the pre-flight check. So we're kind of doing our pre-flight check before we take off into our Tai Chi. And somebody will show up. Hey, Brother Jerry, we're doing that pre-flight check, standing in the ready position. Also, we want to have the tip of our chin slightly tucked in. And by doing so, by having the chin slightly tucked in, you'll notice that the space right here at your cervical vertebrae, the atlas and the axis, so where your head actually connects to your spinal column, you'll relax that space back there. All right, so we want to relax that space. And if you think of the byway, or the very tip of the crown point, that's extended upwardly. That's going to help elongate the spinal column. All right? So while you're here, take a few deep breaths. First of all, take the tip of your tongue, put it at the roof of your mouth, right behind the front two teeth on the hard palate. And we're breathing in through our nose and out of our nose. Unless we have some type of physical challenge, some type of obstruction or whatever it may be that keeps us from doing so, we want to always breathe in and out of our nose in Tai Chi. Now the eyes are gazing and they're almost like closed, but not completely closed. We're not squinting and we're not creating any tension in between our eyebrows, but we're relaxing our eyes. So if you see the picture of Buddha, oftentimes it looks like he just has a slit for his eyes. So we're kind of mimicking that. And by doing so, we're able to tap into our peripheral vision. We want to see everything and not just one thing. And now that we're ready to take flight, we take a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, feel your body begin to sink down a bit. Imagine your fingertips going energetically into the earth. And then inhale, begin to rise up. The crown point pulls you up. And your fingers are coming out of the earth. Your hands are beginning to come up in front of the belly, in front of Dantian. Inhaling up your midline, all the way up, above your head, out of your byway, out of your crown point. Here we begin to fold forward at our hips, at our waist. And then the arms are extended, the fingertips are extended. We inhale, pull the arms back behind you as your body comes up. And we're circling our arms all the way around and back out to the front. The left hand makes a hollow fist, the right hand is above it. We want to have a nice straight spinal column here. And then we inhale as we begin to come back upward again. Now here's where we hold our hand in front of our chest, right in front of our heart. We release the fists, separate the hands, and then exhale. Fingertips are being pulled down the midline. Fingertips first. And that's our bow in. We take an inhale, we'll bring the hands back up. I call this 3 breaths of air coming from the bottom. So here imagine 2 Tai Chi balls, very heavy. They begin to descend down. And then we circle out left and right, stretching out left and right. Taking a deep breath in, lifting up this big Tai Chi ball. Compressing it, squeezing into our center. And then exhale, bringing it down our center pole, all the way down. And the knees bend just a bit on your way down. We'll repeat that one. Inhale out to the sides, nice deep breath in, rising. The legs begin to straighten, but don't lock the knees. And then exhale, imagine adding 4 ounces of weight to the tip of your tailbone. That causes the knees to bend as you begin to settle down. And repeating, inhale up. All the way up. Exhale down the center. Although I said 3 breaths, let's go for 6. 3 more times. Nice deep breath. Take your time. Inhale, nice, slow. Long, deep, diaphragmatic breathing. Feel the ball condense, follow down. We'll go for 2 more breaths. Inhale up. And exhale down. One last time. Nice deep breath. Relax the shoulders, slightly concaving the chest. Chin tucked in. Exhale down the center. Here we'll transition into the next movement. All the way down. We'll make a circle. And then inhale. Palms are up. Lifting up. Come up right below your chin. Begin to rotate your hands so palms are down now. And then press down. Feel below your palms. And once again, we're pumping our legs. So we straighten the legs on the way up and bend the knees on the way down. Exhale, release. Just like before, we'll go for 3 more. So feel that earth chi below your palms. Inhale, lifting up, imaginary ball. Slightly concave your chest, chin tucked in. Exhale, press down. Crown point is still extending up. And for 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale up. And exhale down. We'll transition this one. We'll take it into inward and outward form. So we're going to circle here. We're going to turn the palms up, like lifting a big ball right here, right below your belly button. We're going to scoop the arms out away from us, like hugging a tree. Lift that tree with your legs. Lift it up. And then once here, separate it. Palms down. Here, fingertips begin to point down. Like you're going down to lift something up. Bending the knees. And then we inhale again, lift up right below your belly button. And then begin to go forward, scooping out. Feel the weight move to the front of your foot, the balls of your feet. And then separate. Palms down, separating left and right. And right here is where the fingertips are going down. Digging into the earth. Bend your knees a bit. Inhale, lift up, right below the belly. Once again, now scooping forward, lifting up. This is an in-breath, by the way. Exhale as you release it. Fingertips down. We'll go 3 more. Remember, concave the chest. Lift with your legs, not arms only. Legs are lifting. Exhale. Last 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, separate. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. We'll come back to center. Now, right here, your midline. Turn your hands so that the back of your wrists are touching. We'll do a little waterfall. So now that the back of the wrists are touching, take a breath in and imagine drawing a line up your midline, your front midline. And then out of the top of your head, out of the byway, they separate and they go out to the sides, palms down. Begin to orientate your hands so that the back of the wrists are meeting in your midline, and then pull up again. Take a deep breath all the way up. And then out. Full, deep, diaphragmatic breath. We'll get 3 more breaths. Relax your shoulders, inhale up. Your wrists are leading the movement upward. So imagine being pulled up by your wrist. Last 2. And one more time. we're going to come to the center, crossing the arms here. So cross. It doesn't matter which arm is out front. And then uncross going down. Extend both arms out laterally, left and right. Make a soft hollow fist, both hands, as if you're holding an egg in your hand. There's a lot of space between the fingers, so don't squeeze. It's hollow in there. Hollow, open. All right? Thumbs are up. I want your thumbs going forward and backwards. Only the thumbs, no wrist. So thumbs are going forward and backwards. Thumbs are going forward and backwards. Thumbs cut through, we call this one. A couple more times. And now from here, we're going to take our thumbs, instead of going forward and backwards, they go out to the side. So this is thumb and wrist pushing out to the sides. Out to the sides. Thumbs and wrists. Relax your shoulders to the best of your ability. And from there, turn the palms down, let the arms come down nice and slow. And we'll do some shoulder rotations, both shoulders together, getting a nice full circle. Nice full circle. Go for 2 more. Reverse the circle. Still shoulder rotation, reverse. Couple more circles. Now place your hands on your hips. So shoulders and hips are harmonized, right? We have shoulders and hips, we have elbows and knees, we have wrists and ankles. Those are 6 harmonies. We call those 6 harmonies. So we want to make sure we lubricate these joints. And do some circles. Reverse your circle. Now, if you would, imagine making a big hugging motion here, a big hug. Interlace your fingers, and now turn your hands so that the palms are out, and round out your upper back. Concave your chest. Take a deep breath in, pull your hands back above your head, and actually Take a little wider stance while you're here. While here, shift your weight, the majority of your weight, over to your left side. Make sure your left knee is bent. And then your upper body, upper torso, it tilts towards your right side. I'm going to open up the space between our rib cage. Loosen those intercostal muscles. And while here, turn your head so you can look up at your top elbow. Take a breath in, coming up. Centering your body, centering your head. Take an exhale, shift towards your right, ensuring that your right knee is softly bent. It's like sitting on that one side. And now upper body begins to tilt opposite way, opposite. And turn your head, look up at your top elbow. Breathing in nice and deeply, coming up. No jerky movements, nice and soft. Back to center, center yourself. And release your arms. Cross your arms and lift up. And then separate your X, your cross. Sink down, crossing again. We're going to alternate. The arm is on the outside, crossing. Lift up. So this is coordination as well, coordination practice. Be mindful which arm you have on the outside. Also lifting with our legs, not just our arms. We'll go 2 more times. One last breath. And exhale. Let the arms come down. Cross, uncross, take a breath up. Compress the ball towards the center. Exhale, straighten both legs. Get a little hamstring stretch in. Take a deep breath in. I want you to stretch your arms out front like you're reaching towards me, towards your phone or computer screen or whatever it is out front. Stretch out. Keep stretching out, coming up. And then while vertical, I want you to go past vertical and bend back. And then hold your breath. Hold the posture. Exhale, coming up nice and slow. Reach out towards me again. Stretch out long, get real long. Elongate your hamstrings, reach for the floor. We'll go one more for this one. Inhale, stretching out first before coming up. Keep that extension as you come up. Inhaling. Forward extension, hold on to it. Take it all the way up, reaching for the sky, straight up vertically. Go beyond vertical. Hold your breath, hold the posture. And then exhale, coming up. And let the arm go. I'll grab a quick sip of my tea. Everybody doing all right out there? All right. Come back. Excellent. We're starting to rate. Take a breath in. As you inhale, imagine drawing up your hands. Bring your hands up. And then across your waist, we call this the belt channel. Hands are right in front of dantian, lower dantian. Not quite touching. And last Saturday, our first session that we had, we talked about the 1-point training with the figure 8, the bottom of our feet. Let's start off doing some figure 8. So begin to drift your body weight over to where your big toe feels like it has a majority of your weight. And then begin to navigate around that foot. I'm on the right side. I'm back by my ankle, right side, going back towards my heel. From heel, I'll come around to the instep, same foot. And from instep right foot, I cross over to the left foot. The ball of the big toe. Then around from big toe, small toe, all the way around to outside ankle, left foot. Into the heel, left foot. From heel, left foot, we go over and cross into the big toe, right side. Also, I talked about using the tip of the tailbone, coccyx, like a pointer. It's like the third leg. It's pointing towards the direction that we're moving in. So work with that, tracing that figure 8 from heel to big toe, small toe, outside ankle, heel. From heel to instep, same foot, cross over from there, go over to the big toe, opposite foot. And then big toe all the way around, all toes to small toe. And let's just work on this for a little bit. You may miss a spot here and there. Your movement may feel a little bit choppy in the beginning. But over time, it begins to get smoother and smoother. Don't worry about changing directions or anything other than what we're doing right now. We're just working this one figure 8. Keep going. Make sure your weight is actually changing and that it's not just a thought, but it's actually happening. Also, feel into your entire being. We want to be relaxing and releasing, not building up muscular tension or force. Relax in the body. Doing that figure 8 in the bottom of our feet where we're changing our weight. So my weight is in my heel. From my heel, now I'll cross over to my big toe. Going around my toes, back to my ankle, back to my heel. From my heel, crossing into the instep, across into the big toe. This is also a type of acupressure. You know, in the Chinese medical system, they say that on the bottom of our feet, we have a point that is representative to all of our organ system. So this is very good, simple exercise. We can do it anytime. You can do it when standing in the shopping line. Nobody can see it. You can make it so small and visible. Let's go around a couple more times. I'm going to add to this one, okay? A couple more times around. Be mindful of the breath. If you find your mind wanting to wander away, focus on the lower dantian. Put your thoughts there. And the breath. Focus on the breathing pattern. Full breath in, full breath out. And that'll tune you back into your body. Let's come back into center. So center your body. Feel your weight mass equally distributed upon both feet. I want you to follow me here. Begin to shift your body weight all the way over to the left side. And to the point where your right leg actually begins to get straight. Don't lock your knee. And then shift your body weight all the way over to your right side. We're working on full and empty. Tai Chi, we have this full and empty concept. So this is physically full and empty. We won't get into the mental aspect at this point. Just feeling the physical body becoming full on one side, empty on the other. And I want you to keep going, navigating left and right. So before we were doing the figure 8 one-point training, and now we're doing left and right. Shifting left and right. Make that left and right shift as straight as possible. Perfectly straight line. Straighter than straight. We're seeking simplicity in our movements. Now, while we're doing this, we still have that Tai Chi body in place, that stick man, that stick woman body, structure. Keep going, don't rush it. Feel for the weight distribution, very important. I'm going to explain a little bit of an advanced way of doing this type of movement, and you'll be able to get it once you're mindful of it. So let's all start at the same place. Shift over into your left leg, okay? And now that the majority of your weight is on your left leg, pay attention to these words. I want you to feel your right side body. Your right side pulls your left side, so don't push off of the floor to move your body. I want you to pull your body across. So the body is being pulled from right to left and left to right. Not by pushing down, but by the dantian moving first, and everything else follows that. Take some practice, but you can do it with practice. Now that you know about it, you're aware of it, you can practice it. This is internal moving. Moving from the soft tissue inside of our body, pulling over to the opposite side of where we're standing. Work on that a few times now. Moving internally. We have to go slow to do it. At least to be aware of it, in the beginning we have to go slow. Don't stop. Keep flowing. Once again, I want you to get to the point where your weight is on the left side. Allow myself to get there as well. And now that we're all on the left side, we're going to sit down just a little deeper on the left. So sinking on the left leg, a little deeper. And now from there, in that downward position, begin to pull across to the opposite side. And once you get there, wait for me. Wait on that right side. Make sure you're fully there. And now that you're there, take an inhale and begin to come up like you're coming from under the water to take a breath up. You're gasping for the air. And then on your exhale, you're being pulled across in that high position. You're in that high position now, being pulled across to your left again. And now once on your left, sink down. And from there, you're being pulled again back over to your right side in the low position. Feel your weight placement. Once it's complete, we're getting tall again. And then we're going across again. We're going to play with this movement for a while, so continue. And let me watch you. Keep going. Feel what's going on. Getting tall with a breath in. Sinking with the breath out. Very good. Seeking simplicity. Take a couple more breaths, just like that. Now remember, both hands are right in front of the belly, in front of Dantian, but we're not touching. We're just feeling that space in between our palms and our lower Dantian. We have a little space between each digit of our hand, each finger. The wrists are relaxed, the fingers are relaxed. Now I want you to follow me again over to your right side. Once you get there, I want you to come up into a high position on the right. Stay on that right side, take a deep breath in, and then exhale. We're sinking low on the right side. That exhale sinks us low and causes us to drift over in a low position over to our left side. That breath in takes us high on the left leg. And then we begin to drift from left over to right. Sinking on the right. Drifting across in the low position over to the left. Rising on the left. With the breath in. All the way across to our right side. We begin to exhale and sinking. That exhalation takes us across to the left side. And then we rise again with an inhale. That inhale takes us across to the right side, where we exhale again. We'll go twice more with this. Across to the left. Rise on the left with an inhale. Exhale, taking us down on the right. Cross to the left. And from left, let's take an inhale up and then come back into our center and sink in the center. Here's where I want you to shift your body weight over to your right leg. Turn your left foot 45 degrees, pointing towards the corner of your room, corner of the space you're in. We're going to get into an Allen bow stance. Shift over to your left leg. Your right foot steps straight ahead with the foot still straight. So the forward leg, which is your right leg, is straight. Your rear leg is 45 degrees. Our hips and our shoulders are squared. This is not squared. This is squared. In other words, facing the same direction as if I was riding a bicycle. I would be facing one direction. All right? This will be bladed. From here, we're going to go into some long and short hand. So hands in front of Dantian, they split. And they go down on the side, just like ready position. I want you to get an analogy in your mind to help us with this movement. So imagine that you're standing in the center of a square box, or the center of the room that you're in. That room has four corners: a forward corner on my right, a rear corner on my right, a forward corner on my left, a rear corner on my left. Also has four sides. For this analogy, we're more concerned with the corners than the sides, okay? So here we are from ready position. I want you to take a breath in, and the arms begin to float straight ahead, fingertips pointed out to infinity. We begin to turn our body by turning from our Dantian, not from our shoulders. So turn from your waist, pointing to the front right corner, high corner. From there, continue to turn, also shifting from your forward leg to your rear leg, turning to your rear right high corner. Also, high and low is very important. This is high corner. From here, we go from high corner, we sink a little in our stance. Our arms begin to come down, pointing to low right corner. And it's a continuous motion. I'm just stopping because we're learning it, okay? From low right corner, we come across. And now we begin to rise in our stance. And our arms are rising from low left to high left. Now from there, we turn our waist back towards our high rear left corner. From high rear left, we sink, pointing down to low left corner. Rear, by the way. Now from here, we're drawing a line straight across from low left, coming across, turning our body, bringing our arms. Low right begins to go up to high right. From high right, we draw a line straight across the sides, going to high right corner, rear side. From rear, we draw a line straight down to low rear right. We're turning our body, we're coming across our center, across our midline, middle point, low left, rising to high left. And then we turn back to high left, rear corner. Sink from high to low. Come across and rise, front high right corner. Also, I didn't put a lot of emphasis on the body shifting, but our body's actually shifting and changing positions as well. So I go from front high right, I shift my body back to my back leg, turning my waist from Dantian, sit down in that back leg, pointing down. So from the low right rear, we begin to turn our waist, bringing our arms across, shifting forward, by the way, and rising to the left high corner. And from there we turn. It's like drawing a straight line from one corner to the other. Turn your body. Relax your hips and waist. We're loosening our waist and hips with this one. Sink. Turn. And rise. Front leg now. Shift back. Top right corner. Low right corner, sinking. Turn. Rising. High left front corner, turning, going down that left side, going across the left side, not down. And then down, high left, rear to low left rear. And turn, come back to your center. Bring both hands in front of Dantian. Here's an important tip that I did not mention. The space in between our legs. We don't want to be too narrow because you'll feel like you're on a tightrope. We want to widen our base, okay? Whenever we're using our arrow and bow, we want to have a nice base below ourselves. So with that thought in mind, let's step back our right foot, place it on a 45-degree angle, step forward with your left foot, straight ahead, make sure you got a nice base, and let's repeat the same exercise. Only difference is we have a different arrow and bow stance here. We got a left foot forward, okay? That looks good. So here we go, family. Take a breath in. Extend out your fingertips. Now this time, turn towards your left side first. Left foot forward, turn towards your left front high corner, and continue turning all the way to the rear on your left side. Get a nice turn in your body there. Now remember, we go from high to low, and while going low, we're turning our torso. And then we're rising on the opposite side, high. And we never stop once we get it, okay? Keep going if you got it. You don't have to wait for me. If you feel good and comfortable in it, keep going with it. From high right to low right. Sinking. Turn your waist. Coming across your center line and rising. When you rise, you're in your forward stance. Coming across the side. Sink in the rear. Turn across the center. Rise. And continue turning. Relax your shoulders. Sink. And turn. And rise. If you want to get more of a physical workout in this one, sink more. Get those legs working. If you're not concerned with a big physical workout, thinking more energetically, don't have to sink as much. I always recommend doing both. Also, bear in mind here, crown point's still up. So if you look down, don't put your head down, don't bend your neck. Use your peripheral vision to look down. Keep that crown point extended. Keep that chin slightly tucked in. Rely on your peripheral. Also ensure that you're still doing your nostril breathing. Continue going. From the rear, you sink down, yeah, and then come across and go high in the front. Then go across from that, yeah, and then sink in the rear. Come across and go high. Yeah, and then go across to the rear, sink in the rear. And from rear, you come to forward, rising. And then go from forward, rising, back to the rear, sink in the rear. It'll all start making sense before long. Yeah, you're getting it. Go a couple more times. I want you to think about it a bit. So you'll notice that the rising is in the forward positions and the sinking is in the rear. This is long and shorthand, by the way. Long and shorthand. It's helping you build up your flow. Good stuff. All right, let's come back in the center. So we got our left foot forward. So you straighten your back foot, and shift back, step back, and then exhale down. Bring hands in front of Dantian, both hands, almost touching but not touching. I want you to just feel the Lao Gong, the energy points in your palms. I want you to think about both of those points and then the lower Dantian point and connecting those 3 points. You're just standing there. And relax your eyes a bit. You can close your eyes if you wish. Make this just a feeling practice. So feel the sensation between your hand and your body. Also feel between your fingers. And relax. Take a few full, deep, diaphragmatic breaths. Unforced, no strain, okay? Just nice and deep breath. The breath should be silent. From here, we have a Tai Chi ball, one in each hand. It begins to come out away from our belly. Turn the palms over. We imagine that the ball is getting heavy now. It begins to go downward. Our knees are bending. Fingertips pointing the earth. And then we pull the arms back. We're going to a small Taoist bow. Coming around with a big embrace for the universe. Make a soft, hollow fist. And then cover it with the right hand. Not touching, but almost touching. And then we fold forward at the hips and waist. This is our salute. This is our bow. This is our salutation. Take a breath in. Giving thanks to all teachers and all students of Tai Chi. The known as well as the unknown. Separate the hands. Past, present, as well as future. Teachers and students, preserve the arts. And also thank you to each and every one of you for being here today. Take a breath in, up your midline. We come into prayer hands, and we step into center. Thank you. And be sure to have a super fantabulous day. Always good to see you, family.
Thank you. That was awesome.